Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Luz and all I do here is practice fluency with the free ESL discussion materials that are available online. I chose material from the ESL.com website. I go by alphabetical order, so today I went by the letter H. Alright, so we have 10 questions, so let's get through them. So question 1, are you a house or a home person? I am definitely a house and home person, and I would imagine that this means that I like to stay at home instead of being out and about. I definitely love and enjoy being inside my house because I like how private it is, and I love that this is my space and I get to make my own rules about, existing in my space. I also love it because I have taken a lot of time to kind of decorate everything and make it look exactly the way I want it to look like. So I feel like I'm really comfortable at home, and I have a lot of things to entertain myself with at home. So I'm definitely a house and home person. Question 2, what's your favorite thing about your home? That's a really good question. So I think my favorite thing about my home is that it is mine. So that means it's my space and I get to do anything that I want to do inside my space. I can redecorate, I can move the furniture around, I can sleep on the couch, I can cook in there. So the fact that my house is mine, and everything that goes with that, that is my favorite thing about my house. And it's so incredible because, we always think about our homes as our safe space and our little refuge, if I can even say that. Question 3, what is your dream home? That would be like a home in the cabin in the mountains. Like, I would love to have this experience. I have stayed in some cabins around the world, and I have seen a lot of movies surrounding cabins, and I think I spoke about it in my previous video that my favorite genre is definitely horror movies, and a lot of them are shot in the woods, a home in the mountains that 9 times out of 10 happens to be a cabin. So I don't know why I like this aesthetic so much. I find it really comforting, and just because it's surrounded by nature, I think that this just elevates my desire to have a cabin home. That would be my dream home. Also, the other thing about cabins is I've seen they have these really traditional heating systems that are really efficient. I know they're trying to modernize them, but these authentic wooden cabins, they have this wooden stove that is really efficient, and they kind of put the firewood in it, which happens to heat the house in its entirety, and it's such natural warmth. It's not like what you get with radiators and the air conditioning systems nowadays. It's just so natural, and there's something about it that I have really enjoyed. So a home in the mountains, a cabin specifically, would definitely be my dream house. Question 4, what home improvements would you like to make to your home? Well, this is a really good question because I have definitely been seeing a lot of smudges on walls. I'm not sure when these happened or who smudged my walls. So I had my air conditioning systems replaced a few months ago, so I'm just suspecting it was the technicians that were smudging my walls. They had to move in a lot of equipment and all that, so that's probably it. I have these cream off-white walls that you see in the back here. I'm just debating whether I want to do the project myself or have a specialist come in and kind of clean the wall. Don't want to mess it up. That would be my next project, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted. Question 5, are you happy with the color scheme and furniture in your house? Yes, I'm definitely very happy. So as you can see behind me, so I have a lot of gold accents. I also have a lot of greens. I have a lot of wooden furniture as well, so that's a brown. And then for the couches and the window coverings, I have a lot of gray themes going on there and hints of light purple. So it's such a really nice color scheme that I changed a few years ago, and I think I'm going to keep this color scheme going for a couple of more years until I get bored. I do rearrange my furniture every few weeks because sometimes I just feel like I need a different type of style going in my house. So sometimes when I'm really bored, I'm thinking, oh, so that could actually go here and it would look really nice. So I'm constantly moving furniture around in my house. So so the color scheme in my house is okay, but the arrangement kind of tends to change every few weeks. So that's that. Question 6. Would you rather live in a house or an apartment? I would rather live in a house. And this is because I live out of town. I don't live in a big city. I live in the suburb areas, and what's available here are homes. And I would rather live in a house if I'm going to be in the suburbs anyway and then just enjoy having a garden, a lot of liberties and not a lot of rules, because I've definitely lived in apartments before. I also had no control over who my immediate neighbors were, how the building was managed, and so on. Because I work from home now, I definitely prefer to live in a house away from the city. So, yeah, that's my choice. Question 7. Do you agree that home is where the heart is? Absolutely. I think home is where the heart is. Like a really good example of this is when you're trying to choose your vacation stay. So it can be a hotel, it can be a holiday house or a holiday rental, for example. And as you're looking through all these websites, it's like you tend to get drawn to a specific house or a specific homestay or a specific hotel in that city, and because you chose it and it resonated with you, so you tend to be more comfortable when you arrive, as opposed to if you had to change your plans last minute and you kind of didn't go through the apartment to check what was there, if it had everything that you needed. So for me, I would definitely say that home is where the heart is. Definitely, I totally agree. Question 8. Do you like being at home alone? Well, I don't mind being home alone. I think it tends to happen. Sometimes people in the house have different errands to run, and you do sometimes find yourself home alone. Yeah, I really don't mind this time, especially on weekends, because there's a lot of things to be done. For example, if I'm meal planning that week, I need to cook a few things. If I need to do a deep clean, for example, I need to organize that. I definitely do my ironing on the weekends as well, laundry, put things back in order, do a bit of dusting here and there. So I tend to make really good use of my time. I definitely don't mind being home alone, but not all the time. Question 9. What are the differences between a house and a home? I would be thinking about a house as a structure and a home as a place that is definitely being lived in. So like a place with a family or a couple, or like someone lives there. So I think this is the main difference of it. Also, thinking about a home as a place that's really, really comfortable. It has the design inspirations of the people who live there. And I'm also thinking about a house as being open to the ideas of the people who are going to eventually move there. I think those are the main differences. One is being lived in, the other is, completely empty, and we're just thinking about the structure. I don't think there's a lot of differences, but there's like one big difference for me. Question 10. Do you like the houses in other countries? Yes, I think I do enjoy houses in different countries. So, for example, in America, especially with family style homes, they're very big and very functional. In Europe, you tend to get smaller houses that are really functional, have everything you need. That classic minimalist design as well. You tend to see that a lot in Europe, and I enjoy that a lot. In the Middle East, they have a lot of glass structures, tall buildings with all these sweeping views of the city. So that's also really enjoyable. In African countries as well, so they have these concrete homes, and you definitely feel more protected, if I can say that, because the structure is really solid as well. You tend to have like a perimeter fence around your home, for example, and the shell is made out of concrete, for example, and all these like steel doors, steel windows with glass. There's an element of security. Houses around the world are all really, really beautiful. And also sometimes it's like really, really different to kind of feel the difference, because now we have websites like Pinterest and you can kind of borrow ideas. And I've seen a lot of hosts have these designs that are so unique and can't be the same based on which company is managing the rental. There are a lot of differences to be enjoyed. I think that's it. Alright guys, so that is it for the topic H. So let me know guys what you think down in the comments. I'll see you on the next one.